Session
22.
22. We're put Dungeons and Dragons.
On the 22nd of April.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it is.
That's some poetry right there.
Yeah.
Damn.
God damn.
Damn, boy.
Last we left off, Polgara rescued. We kind of recapped a little bit before Tate and Brett and Skeet got here. Rostin fucked up my whole maze thing. You guys rescued Polgara. And after crawling back through the tunnel underneath the web wall, you guys went back to your wagon where Elchias was humping one of your horses. And then
Vigorously.
He was wooing that mare. And Polgara invited all of you into her Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion. Shaped in a plot of land with a farmhouse, a bunkhouse, a barn. You guys parked your wagon in the barn, desaddled and debridled the horses, and it's kind of where we left off. I don't know if you guys were going right into a long rest. I know some of you said you had some role-playing things you wanted to do. The Mordenkainen's mansion, I believe, is a 24-hour thing, so you have some time to decide if we're role-playing or if you guys are just
I already unrested.
fucking off. Yeah,
Yeah, so did I.
it's nothing can get in here that she doesn't want in here, so
Alright.
yeah.
We be safe.
You be safe.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, it's good. It's recording.
Yeah.
I was like, did I do all that for nothing?
It was
Amour,
flipping
Ventis.
hard when we were all laughing.
I've got a limiter on it.
Yeah.
Amour, Ventis. What y'all doing?
I would like to wake up as early as I can while still getting my long rest in.
You rest for 8 hours. You guys had no concept of what time it was when you went into the mansion because
Right.
of the
Thick
the
web.
nature of the maze.
Oh.
Because of the maze's thickness.
2 C's.
I might want to talk to Polgara before I go to sleep.
Sure. She goes to the regular farmhouse and she's making herself a pot of tea and still like plucking bits of the webbing off of her and just like burning them away.
Okay, I'll walk up to the farmhouse and
Yeah, it's an open door. She's walked in, she's like grabbing a kettle.
yeah, just to get her attention.
Magnus. What can I do for you?
You had mentioned that you might be able to help me with this. And I'll hold up the sword.
Oh, yes. I forgot to pull up Polgara. I gotta make sure I have the right spell prepared. Because details matter, folks. Details matter. Yes, that's it's quite a dastardly thing. And as you go to hand it to her, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Stabs himself first.
Yeah. If I roll over a 5,
Let's go, lemon tarts.
I'll be surprised. Whoa! 7 plus stuff. That's 10.
I think
That's the middle of the lane right there.
Yeah, it doesn't beat the check, but she,
technically average.
I think the handing it over DC was like a 22, if I'm not much mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
Let me pull up Polgara. Hold on. There's even a perfect little portrait I found with the one single white lock of hair for her little shit. And my mouse is being a dick. Come here, you.
Hey, Zodell,
Yeah?
check your D&D Beyond DMs.
What?
DMs? What?
Is that a thing?
What does that mean? What is
I sent
happening?
I sent you a message.
Alright. How? What? Oh, I see it.
Wait, you can do that?
I know, I needed to get a message to you.
Wow.
As you go to hand her the sword, you immediately like start lifting it and then resheath it and like pull out your crossbow and you're a little confused. No, darling, the one on your hip.
I go to hand it to her again, and I look down at at my hand. It's all decaying and gross looking, and I'm like, oh, I gotta hide it so she doesn't notice. And I'm like, actually, maybe we could talk about it another time.
Just let me find the fucking spell.
Been through a lot. You might want
Is
to
it
get some
remove
rest.
curse? It is. There it is. I want you to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh yeah, that's good.
I'm not using this one. This one. Huh. 21.
Oh shit.
Succeed when you want to, don't succeed when you don't want to.
Yeah. What?
She goes
Was
to
I
grab.
not supposed to succeed on that?
No.
She goes to grab at the sword, and you bat her hand away. I want you to roll an attack for me.
Oh no.
No.
She just dies.
I'm gonna go back to the bad
Everyone just
guy
wakes up the town is gone.
with the sword.
Yep.
Fucking hike for a month and a half. Rescue this lady just for her to die.
Well, luckily I'm not proficient with rapiers, so.
Oh, what would happen to this place if she died?
14?
You whip the sword out, and she ducks out of the way. She's surprisingly agile, and then she casts.
The fuck you spell.
Dead.
She casts Power Word Stun. She's very powerful. So you are stunned. She reaches down and touches the sword, and then casts Remove Curse. Because I forgot we went over the curse sword stuff last time. It looks like liquid black comes pouring out of the back of the blade and up into the air, roiling and turning. And you can hear all those whispers that you've been hearing that you're dead. You are undead. Rid the world of yourself. And if there's no more undead around, kill yourself, cast yourself in fire, throw yourself from cliffs. It all starts to pull out, and it's now audible and in the air, swirling as it and slowly fades. You can add Spirit Needle to your inventory.
What? Alright. I'm gonna be like, hey, Ryder, do you want the sword back?
As this curse is lifted and pulled away from your body, you're still totally immobilized, but your mind is now at peace for the first time in, I think it's been over a month since you've had this
weeks.
sword. Yeah. Your breath feels less labored. Your shoulders feel unburdened. And as the stun wears off, you look at your hands. You look across and you see your reflection in the mirror across the room, and you no longer look like you just crawled out of a years-old grave.
Nice.
Well, I understand that was probably the work of the weapon, but
I
please don't ever take a swing at me again. That was
I-
about the nicest way this could have ended for both of us.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I understand, darling. It's not your fault. Hopefully that there's no more adverse effects from that cursed thing.
I'm in your debt.
We'll call it even. After all, you did just cut me out of that dastard Etta King's web.
Well, we were in the area.
I see you have the box I left at the Owen Crags as well.
Yes, we did find it. Thank
Quite a
you.
useful little item.
It has saved my life more than once.
Excellent. That could only hope for as much.
Is that the box you're returning, technically?
Yeah,
Okay.
she left that for you guys. Yeah.
Right.
It's a box where you can unfold it, place it on the ground, and leave a mark. And then later, as long as you're within 1,000 miles, you can open the box and climb into the box and pop out where that mark is. Because they have nobody in their party that can do anything teleportation-wise ever. So I'm just like giving them little, here's how you can go from one place back to a place. especially since my world is it's way too big. Literally going from one main city. So they went from Calliope to Elisa, and it was like 4 weeks to go just from one main city to the next main city. And that was, yeah.
So the wagon and horses.
Yeah,
Oh.
that wasn't even halfway across the one country. What'd you get for a cup of tea?
After all that, I think I would love a cup of tea.
Excellent. You sit down with her at the table as she's still picking bits of web off of herself. You have a nice cup of tea. Some of these like spectral servants, all of them are wearing like straw hats. They're all like farmer. There's like this ethereal field out in the mix where they're all just like cutting wheat and bringing supplies back in. Just kind of needlessly, it's all just sort of like a mechanical effect to everything, a repetitious effect of everybody moving around to give a semblance of a busy just farm.
The seeds that I got, would I,
The beans.
yeah, would I know they're magical?
You did, yeah. I
Yeah.
just re-listened to this bit, so you spent an hour with them. You understand that
Okay.
they are magical. Each one of them has the potential to do a variety of different things.
Okay,
As
okay.
to what they do, you're not 100% sure.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like, ooh, beans, plants them all.
Yeah,
Just-
no.
A
You
gambit
spent some.
stack of beans.
You spent
pretty
some.
much.
Except I didn't create this one, so it's probably safer than my shit. Yeah, you understand that it's magical. Each bean does something at random. Could be good, could be bad.
Pulgura.
Yes, Zodell. Have you not taken a bath since the last time I saw you? You are filthy. I'm going to order some of my servants to come and wash you down, because I'm not going to let you into my house again smelling like this. But yes, what can I do for you?
Well, anyways,
A woman should have more respect for her. What's the word I'm looking for? Hygiene.
why?
That explains it. What can I do for you?
Anyways, I found these beans in the forest.
Yes.
I was wondering if you knew.
From the old man?
Yes. How did you? What?
Yes, Mr. Nibblebottom and I go way back. He's lived in the Dawnwood for decades.
But, well, good for him. Do you
Yes,
know?
they're be careful with them. Zodell, maybe give them to someone else.
Why?
Okay. Just be careful with them. A multitude of things can happen with those. They can be useful, of course, but they can also spell disaster.
Useful. All right. Okay.
Yes.
You said
Do I
it's
know
like
anything about these beans?
You don't. It's a magic item Zodell spent time with to understand a little bit about what they do.
Okay.
Would you know any things that could happen? I just want to like.
Oh, I'm told it's very random. No, and I've never experimented with the item myself personally.
No.
I best guess total disaster or some. You know what? Let's just stick with total disaster so that that's what you hear.
Useful.
Yeah. Oh
Bean.
goodness. Would you like a cup of tea?
Why not?
All right.
It's quite good. It's chamomile.
She has an infinite teapot. Tastes like whatever your favorite blend of tea is.
Nice.
I would like to waddle up at this point.
Sorry, it tastes like a
Must
Long
be
Island
still.
iced.
Morning.
That's what it just tastes like. Ale.
Can you turn
I
up the
hear
light?
you handed out tea.
What
What?
was
He's
that?
talking to Palgra.
I hear you handed out tea.
Yes. Are you all joining for tea then? I can. And as she snaps her fingers, the table
If you-
lengthens and adds more seats.
For 8 people?
If you could
God.
spare some.
But of course, Roston. Wait, has she met you? She hasn't met you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course.
So, okay, let me do that again then.
Yeah, I just realized that you joined the party after she vanished on this quest.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that again then.
Yep,
I
agreed.
walk in. Good morning.
Oh, this
You
is
might
this
be
is
the
still
fine lady.
before everybody
working
went.
quite so hard to rescue.
I mean, I feel like this could be in the
It
morning.
could be in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, it's in the morning.
Go on.
Okay, do I have this? Okay. Good morning. Who might you be, lady? Heard quite many things about you. I know been doing our work to rescue you.
Good morning yourself. I am Lady Polgora. And who might you be?
My name's Rostin Gregstone. But my friends, so they'll call me Light Hand.
Well, Light Hand. Welcome to my temporary abode. Would you care for some tea?
I would love a cup of tea. I had a
Excellent.
bit of a restless sleep last night.
Oh, I can only imagine. I myself was plagued by dreams of those. What did you call them earlier, Magnus? Those dad bod spiders?
Yeah.
Delightful.
Did I call him that? Maybe I did.
I'm presuming you guys had conversation while drinking tea. And she pours you a cup of tea.
What is
You
it?
kindly.
It tastes like whatever your favorite kind of tea is.
Rum.
Tastes like rum.
I love everyone's favorite tea is an alcohol.
Welcome to the.
It works because I don't drink much alcohol because otherwise I get blubbery. But I like alcohol.
I feel like you, after your occurrence with, what was your friend's name again?
Ludholm Oryxen.
Yeah. Stone? What was his nickname?
Stonehenge?
Hornhand.
Hornhand. After that experience, I feel like you definitely want to drink. But yeah, you drink the tea and tastes like rum. It's reminiscent of back when you used to hoist a glass with your friend, but no buzz.
Perfect. Or not perfect. That's all. I'm just gonna sulk and sit at the table next to Zodel.
Magnus, you're looking a little less pale this morning. Did you have a good sleep, or?
I think it's the fake sun.
He's just burnt.
I had my hat off for 2 seconds.
Oh, actually, now that the curse is gone, I can actually read you what the full description of Silas was.
Oh God.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm saying oh God. I didn't have it.
Cursed Rapier S.
It was low-key
You
fuck,
see how
mate.
big this?
Good
You
lord.
want to see?
Jesus.
It's a big.
Yeah.
When you attack a creature with this magic weapon and roll a d20 on the attack, that target takes an extra d10 or an extra 10 necrotic damage if it isn't a construct or undead. You also gain 10 temporary hit points or heal 5 hit points. The blade has the Sentinel minor property, glows a soft blue within 120 feet of any undead creatures. Once attuned, and it attunes by automatically. It automatically attunes to someone proficient with rapiers. Once attuned, the bearer does not wish to relinquish the blade and immediately equips it to their main hand. When attempting to give the sword to anyone, the bearer must succeed a wisdom saving throw DC 20. I thought it was 22. Fail, and you take 1d4 psychic. Oh, it's a roll of never mind, you long rested. And refuse to relinquish the blade as it is a tool for ridding the world of undead. Succeeding results in the sword being passed over, and the original bearer forgets any ill will previously emanated by the weapon, as well as the terrible experiences it provoked. So when Riordan had it taken by Magnus, you
I
immediately
forgot everything.
every time he jumped in a fire off of a boat, the whispering, the undead skin, the blade.
Impaling myself.
Yep. The blade whispers constantly that you're already dead. You need to move on. Cast yourself from the cliff's edge. Throw yourself on the fire. Smite your evil self before you turn on your friends and drag them all to hell with you. What's dead needs to stay dead, and you're dead. The only reason you should even consider carrying on is to slay more. Kill all the undead. Take them all back to hell with you. Looking at yourself, your hands and your face, you look decayed, old, and withered, like you crawled out of your own grave, an abomination. Looking in a mirror reveals your sunken, moldy skin and yellow-black teeth. Outside of combat, when you are near a fire, cliff, or ship's edge, you have the urge to jump and must succeed a wisdom saving throw 16. Fail, and you can't help but jump, ridding the world of your dead flesh. When magic is this is where you got impaled, because the magic of the Oran Craigs was being dispelled. When magic is dispelled within range of Silas, the creature attuned to the sword must make a wisdom saving throw DC 25.
Oh, that's why I fucked myself.
The
Yeah.
sword's compulsion refuses to relinquish its hold on the creature, and as a last-ditch effort to prevent itself from being destroyed, it attempts to slay its owner as one final undead kill. The owner immediately turns the blade and thrusts it into through their torso.
Exactly what happened.
Yep.
Word.
If the creature wielding Silas is unconscious, not regular sleeping, the blade can be removed from their possession without needing to make a wisdom save. However, unless the magic is dispelled or another creature, the curse is dispelled or another creature attunes to the weapon, Silas remains attuned to the original owner. If the owner is returned to consciousness and they are still attuned to Silas, they will make it their top priority. They will make their top priority finding the weapon again. If the owner of Silas finds whoever has taken it, they will first attempt to persuade, then threaten the creature in question. If the creature in possession of Silas cannot be convinced to relinquish the blade, then the owner must make a wisdom saving throw, DC 20. On a fail, the owner attacks the creature with any weapon. If the owner succeeds, they will attempt the saving throw every 8 hours following until they get Silas back. If the owner is attacking a friend or companion they consider close, they can make the saving throw with advantage. You guys have been holding on to that since like session 3.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, do you care to read what your new sword does?
No.
No?
Cool.
Pulgra, you were joking about the bathing thing, right?
No, darling, no.
Zodell, I saw
No.
a lake out back.
Oh,
Well, I mean, there is now.
Right. I saw it.
As I said.
There's a window here.
At this
Just
point,
So Dell,
I would look. Oh, go ahead.
I just got one line. So Dell, if it makes you feel any better, I've smelled worse men in mines.
see, I'm fine.
Worst man, darling. Worst
Well, I would not say fine, but I still have smelled worse.
I was gonna walk down to the lake to pray a bit. If you want, you can join me.
Can I push you in the lake?
You can try
All right, I'll do it.
after I'm done praying.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Make,
Before they leave, I'd like to appear in the doorway,
okay.
scorched up from surviving a fireball,
Yep.
That's pretty on.
looking rather stern. And I'm gonna look at Zodell
Well, we've got
and in
Dad
Orcish.
Falcon.
I'm gonna say, let's go for a walk.
In Orcish, I'm gonna be like, but I'm going for a swim.
No,
What?
this is an intimidation thing.
Okay.
I won't
Oh,
take
I
no
see.
for an answer.
Roll an intimidation check. Roll. Just roll a flat.
Nat
D20.
20, so 28. Have
Just
fun with that.
Roll a flat D20 for me.
Oof.
That's cocked. That doesn't
That's barely cocked.
Ah, damn it. 9 it was.
Okay. You plus with your guilt, you're
Yeah.
kind of like okay.
I pat you on the shoulder. It will be fine.
Falconer and Zodell walk out. Magnus a few steps behind them, but heading towards the lake as opposed to with them.
Yeah, we'll go slightly off kilter.
I'll yell out, Falconer, don't hurt her too bad.
What the hell?
I'm not part of this. Don't look at me.
Yeah, no,
This is between you and Ski right now.
yeah.
So,
Beautiful morning, wouldn't you say?
yeah, it's looking hot. I mean, it's fine. It's normal out. It's not hot. It's not.
Yes, these magical realms and tricks always fascinate me. Amazing what you can do with enough studying and power.
Yeah.
You know, I owe you maybe a small apology. I've
Oh.
been rather cold towards you in the past. By no fault of your own. This is
So you're saying I warmed you up a bit?
no, not at all.
No?
But having almost died yesterday, you know,
Right.
you can't help but reflect a little bit.
Alright.
I must say, you are one of the most stubborn, irresponsible, and reckless people I have ever met.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you.
Well, you remind me of myself as a younger person, if I'm being honest.
What?
I was a lot like you before.
Before
Before
what?
I became, or decided to walk the way of the paladin. The only difference between the two of us is I actually did get all of my friends killed.
Oh wow.
A long time ago. Well, feels like a long time ago.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I kind of understand, I suppose.
No, I thought it would be important to tell you. Have no guilt. We all walk the path we walk. Some better than others. But there's hope. There is hope. I trust that you'll learn from that experience of having almost killed two members of your own party to be a little bit more thoughtful in the future.
Right. I mean, yes. Well,
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
yes.
One of my favorite sayings belongs to my oath as a paladin. It's not something I share all that openly or frequently, but one of the tenets of it is to shelter the light, which basically means if things are good, beautiful, you know, in the force of nature,
Right.
stand with it. I think that's simple enough that you understand that. Stand in front of those that would do harm.
Yeah. This has been very insightful.
Yes. So, no hard feelings, but the next time you almost kill one of us, or successfully kill one of us, just be careful.
Will do.
And I'm going to continue on to some nice secluded area to pray myself.
As you walk through this space, it is still considered a mansion, a construct. You come up to what is an edge, a wall, but there's a doorknob in what looks like the expanse of field and sort of the morning dawn. And as you open it, you walk into a nice quiet chamber. It's not what you'd call a temple, but it looks like a soft place for genuflection. There's a small fountain, cobbled stones, and some benches. And it is perceived as dusk or like very nearly dark in there, and it is just candle and torchlight around you. Just another room of the mansion. You are the only one in there.
Good. Close the door behind me
Mm-hmm.
and do some paladin praying crap.
Find out
that was power. That's the first time Falconer's ever told us that he was responsible for his friends and companions' deaths in the past.
Well,
Before-
we don't know. Only Zodel
Yeah,
knows.
but that's
Why is everyone telling me stuff?
That was the bearer of the secrets.
Because you almost killed us, so now.
Just burdening her with all of our issues.
Magnus. You so Falconer, you sit and you pray. Yeah, just roll a religion check for me, quick. As Magnus has reached the edge of the pond.
16.
16. You're getting that warm sense again. Just an internal sense of hope and direction, a positive direction. It's comforting.
Warm is good. except when it's a fireball.
Yep.
Magnus has.
Yeah, I just want to sit down, like maybe under a tree or something.
Sure.
By the lake and just kind of like reach out to see if there's any sentience to this sword that had been plaguing me.
Make.
Just double check that
Yeah,
it's.
I'd say make a perception check. Before you could feel it constantly whispering in your ear.
5.
No, nothing.
Well,
Nick's dead as a doornail.
I'm gonna sit there for a minute, and then I'm gonna take off my shirt, my armor, and stuff. And I'm gonna take my hat and down into a little swim beanie,
Yep.
Yes.
and then I'm gonna jump into the water.
He has a unique hat. Cool. The water is not as cold as you would expect, as it is a manifestation of Polgar's designs in the mansion. It's almost warm, almost. Just brisk enough that it invigorates you in this dawn, perceived dawn in this mansion. And, yeah, it's fresh, it's clean.
Awesome. So Dell, look, they've got ducks.
I'd like to follow Magnus to this pond.
Yeah, I'll probably
Okay.
meet Rustin and my hand Magnus there. Yeah.
Sure. You guys all end up making your way to the pond. Right
I'm
on the
gonna
road.
strip down to my girthy dwarven self skin and waddle into the pond, maybe 100 feet away from Magnus,
Okay.
and just kind of float belly up.
It's the rum, isn't it?
The rum, it just tasted
was
like
just
rum.
tea.
It didn't actually do anything to him. It was tea.
This is all.
Picturing the waterline, nose, belly, stump.
Yeah, we've taken to calling, by his own design, by calling it a chode, and the 15-year-old coming up with the best word for it, Rustin's slab. Just floating, that's it?
Just floating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of ruminating in all of the information that's come into your life in the last
Reminiscing
hour.
about Hornhand.
Yeah. Yeah, knowing he's just been ever present. It's probably a game changer. He's been hanging out and he was absolving you of the guilt, right? Was what I said and narrated last time? Yeah.
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 So in a way, it's like heavy, but at the same time, like freeing. And
Yeah.
so I'm just coming to terms with it, Just doing a lot of thinking about my new friends and my old friends, and yeah,
I know. I wrote it.
I was there.
How's everybody else doing? We can pretend we expedited the conversation about where are we headed next, guys.
Yeah, I think we agreed that we're heading back home.
I'm gonna kill you.
I've made my way back to the tea house. Is Polgar still there?
Yeah, she's just she's hanging out. She's been on the road for a while, and then had the
Almost
misfortune of learning that her apprentice Pine was killed.
Right. We fought the hat.
Nobody
Hashtag,
told nobody.
Sorry, not sorry.
Nobody told her that it was Riordan, and
No.
yeah, Kurt, hexes and charms, man. Yeah, Buddy
Gotcha.
was on the up and up. Just fucking hags. Yeah, and then being captured, presumed that her time on this mortal coil was done. She's just resting.
Yeah, like awake, but just
Yeah, that's
chilling.
the next morning, she's just kind of waiting to see if any of you have anything else to discuss. She's kind of just riding out this 24 hours in the mansion, just getting her shit together until
Yeah. Is there anybody else in there, or just her?
make a perception check.
Perception 17.
Yeah, there's like these spectral mice that come skittering through the room, and you're like, why would she have okay, weird.
It's farmhouse. Okay, I'd like to go sit down beside her.
Oh, Falconer, good morning.
Good morning, Polgro. How are you feeling?
Well, I've got a bit of my energy back. I'm a bit eager to get back to Dernick and Garion. They must be worried sick about me. I've been gone quite some time.
Yes, it's been quite the journey.
Oh, not my first, and probably not my last.
Always use a little fun in your life, right?
Of course. It's how we stay young at heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Question for you.
Of course, dear.
Does the name Mistress Hillel mean anything to you?
She goes pale. Where did you hear that name?
Interesting thing happened on our way up here. So, many months ago, when we were out on a voyage, we came across this cursed pirate raider ship. Had a interesting effect. Giant cloud hovering over it everywhere that it went. When we boarded the vessel, there was this orb in the lower deck. Seemed to be the source of what was happening. In our haste to explore the ship, we had to make a quick exit, and I ended up taking that orb with us. Unfortunately, by the time we got back to Calliope, you had already ventured north. So we just held on to it. Rather ominous seeing a giant black cloud floating over you everywhere you go. But we kept it in our bag of holding, and it seemed to keep the effect of whatever magic that orb possessed at bay. Until it didn't. We were going through a dungeon of some sort, and we're, from what I can assume, instantly teleported into this orb, where after fighting our way through some interesting specters, came across Mistress Hillel. She claimed to have been locked inside that orb as a prisoner of some long-time feud, or it wasn't quite clear, but she was very powerful,
Yes.
very persuasive, trying to get us to help her.
I can only assume that because you are alive, that a member of your party did indeed aid Mistress Hillel, as I was one of the members of a party that created that prison for her.
I see. Yes, it would appear that she did get out. How exactly, I'm not sure. I'm very much against helping. I would have much rather died or been stuck inside there, given the sense of evil I could feel off of her.
Well, I'm glad that you are still with us, Falconer, but if Mistress Hillel is back in the world, she's an ancient adversary. Myself and, what's your mom's name?
Alenia? Or,
Galenia's her last name, I'm pretty sure.
let me check.
Arlene?
Arline?
Arline Galenia,
Yeah.
yes. Myself and Arlene, and there's a third name I'm drawing a blank on. We crafted that prison for Mistress Hillel many, many years ago. It's unfortunate to hear that she is back on the material plane. I will have to put some thought and potential time into this, as her goals are no doubt once again nefarious.
She took something of mine. 2 ancient scrolls.
What kind of
Very
scrolls?
much like to get them back.
Magical scrolls or readings? What of what nature?
Have you ever heard of the God's Word scrolls?
She kind of gasps a little bit. What do you? How do you know of the scrolls?
My paladin master was on a quest from his master's master, going back generations to find these scrolls, interpret the words, try to bring them into the world, I suppose, in a way.
Interesting.
So I've taken up that mantle now.
I have met only one other paladin before you with this goal. The scrolls are ancient, powerful. They hold power that only a rare few can channel.
Yes, she was, I think, surprised to see them. It was foolish of me to bring them out, but I thought it might be a leverage to make a deal with her that would somehow save us.
Well,
In hindsight, not so wise.
Yes, we all have lapses. Oh, if Mistress Hallel is in possession of some of these scrolls, that can only bode misfortune for the rest of us. I will keep you informed should I find or discover any information on her being back in the world. Hold on one moment. And she goes over to the corner and she rifles through the bag that she had with her when you rescued her, and she pulls out a series of small stones, and she passes them to you, and she counts them out. There should be one there for each of your party, and I will hold this one. Should you ever have any information to convey to me, these work very much like a sending stone, but they are an invention of my own design. I will not be able to respond to you, but any information, useful or otherwise she will be able to respond to you. I apologize. It works like a sending stone. You all can talk into it and send messages to her. You can't use them to send messages to each other. They only go to the main stone that she holds, and then she can respond with a question once every 24 hours. So it works like if one sending stone was regular and the other was divvied up into a small series, sort of just like intercoms across wherever, just to channel information to her, and then her to respond back and be like, useful, not useful, or hey, I found out something on Mr. Solel, or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Thank you. I'm sure these will come in handy.
I certainly hope so. Your party has proven yourself time and time again. We've known each other but a short time, but I am most impressed by your skills and abilities. It's not very often I am caught unawares or in need of rescue, and, well, here we are the day later.
No. It's the least we can do for all the help you've given us.
I appreciate that. I only try to be as much of an aid to the everyday explorer and adventurer as I can be.
Well, you're a worthy ally. We're lucky to count you among our friends.
I can only respond by saying that I am also glad to have met you and your party.
Cool. Do I know that the other names she said, do I know that the one is Riordan's mom?
I don't think you've ever told them.
And I was going to ask you, just as you guys were wrapping up, I can't remember off the top of my head if that conversation ever happened in Calliope or not.
I don't believe you've told them your mom was taken by the drow.
Yeah, you never.
I don't think I
Told
explicitly
us
told
her
her.
name.
You've never. I don't think you've. Damien Ray Austin Grad owns Lo Neruda. He knew your dad.
Yeah.
He knew your dad by name. You've met Mistress Hallel, who knew your mom but didn't say her name.
Yeah.
She just recognized your last name.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, your dad would have been one of the people that also helped imprison her.
Mm.
That would have been right after your parents met.
Mm-hmm.
There's another name in there. I'm going to have to go back and look at my notes. There was another magic user in that party. Polgra, your mom, and this other third magic user were the ones that created the orb that trapped Mistress Hallel few hundred years ago.
Dale?
Not Dale. Oh, at break, somebody can tell these guys about Dale. Actually, break's going to be in like 2 seconds because I got to pee. You don't recognize. Make a history check.
17.
No, none of the names are familiar to you that she brought up about the orb. But it's good information to have. And once I get my notes sorted out, I'll tell you who the other name was.
Yep.
Because she would have mentioned all 4 members, and my mouse is Dick. Yeah, Pulgra looks human, but she's giving off the vibe that she's older than she seems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anybody else?
I was gonna come in just probably meditating in the woods somewhere for fucking 12 hours. Who knows what I was doing?
Man,
Doing rogue
you can
things.
tell these trees aren't real because of the way they are.
How the fuck did that lake just get here?
Yeah, seriously, you're just sitting there and you're
I
like,
can tell it's an aspen tree the way it is.
what? And then Rostin's chode in the water. Yeah.
What in holy hell is happening? All right.
Looks like a knot on a log.
Yeah, I'll come in, just do the thing. You can go be and then kind of pick that up. But
Yeah, if
Yeah.
At any point during this conversation, you could have just like done the tap, 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 and come in, caught tail ends of it, or Falconer could tell you things. Just depends on just to try and expedite role playing here, so we can get to
Yep.
these two
Gunslinging.
two
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd love for the 3 of us to kind of get on the same page with like my mom was with her, and he like just
Yeah.
kind of get familiarized with that.
Yeah, having that conversation. If Falconer relayed information, are you relaying information?
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then you could go talk to Pulgra and she'd be like, "Yes, I knew your mom."
I will, at some point, wander around, give everybody a stone, tell them what they do.
Yeah. So they're just like they're a smaller version. You could just like keep them in a pocket, but they work like a sending stone. Except all of yours is like 1, and hers is like 1.
Is there a name?
I don't have it actually made yet. No, I riffed that.
Nice.
So I'll come up with that later. It's kind of like the business cards you guys have for
Express.
Snuffles. Yeah. the bag of holding courier Shetland pony.
Who is great.
Yeah. So you talked to Pulgra. Yes. No, I knew your mother a long time ago, for definitely far before you were born, and your father as well. I haven't seen them in a long time. How? Oh. Killed yourself. How are your parents? It's very interesting. I didn't know that you were theirs until now.
Yeah, I suppose it never came up in conversation.
Bit of a blast from the past, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
Small worlds.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're not well. We got attacked by attacked at home by a high priestess of some kind with a lot of dark energy, and then
You lot are just full of bad news. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
The DM's going to pee
Oh, no.
before this conversation.
Sounds great.
I'm like the only one with a nice backstory.
How much fuckery do you have? Oh, all the fuckery.
My
How about
parents
you?
are
Oh,
still
all of it.
alive. Like,
I'm a druid on a
Just
flower.
the most innocent gnome
yeah.
out on an adventure, having
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, what is this Dale story?
The rest of us are just all
Oh.
dark, broken people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where to start with
Just like,
Dale?
hey guys, look at what I can do now. Showing Pulgra all my magic I can do.
Dale is this disembodied character that we've never seen in person, but that just keeps popping up.
Everyone keeps talking
Yeah.
about Dale.
Just like he's this kind of like mythical legend of the main capital city, and just like, oh yeah, Dale, yeah, he's like this and this, and he keeps coming up in these like random stories as this like total legend, but in the quirkiest, most like just yeah.
He's been there since the first session.
Yeah, it was just kind of like funny canon, and then
Yeah.
kind of incorporated Dale into all the things. So
Just super quick, how does the lake look after I'm done with it?
It's self-cleaning.
Oh.
But you can see,
all the
so you
fish
actually got
start
in the lake. Okay, you jump in the lake, and it's just.
I look like a bath bomb.
You look like a dirty, muddy, bloody bath bomb. For the record, how many months have we been in game?
Whoa, my skin's purple. This is crazy.
I'm pretty sure you still have bits of skull in your hair here. Hold on.
Oh, sorry. What?
Yeah, like about 3 months. First bath.
It's like
Second.
Second?
Second bath.
He only has green
Where was the
skin
first
because
one?
he's never bathed.
I remember. I think it
wet
was
somehow.
Calliope.
Oh no,
We,
you
like,
got
forced her to bath.
yeeted. You got exploded off the back of the Alpha Plesiosaurus.
Yeah.
Right up in
Okay,
the
so
ocean.
third bath.
I'm feeling this correlation between fire wine, fireball situations, and her bathing. It's just like, wow,
Oh yeah, it's like almost every time.
That's a twofer. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh shit! I've got to look up your shit, motherfucker. Where's my binder?
When I come back, I'm gonna be like, have some Craigstone. Hey Falcon, I hope you weren't too hard on Zodel.
We're cool.
Okay, good to hear. I'm glad you're doing all right too. I'm gonna try to slap your shoulder, but I can't reach high enough, so just kind of hit your ribs.
Have you gotten dressed since then?
Yeah. I've put my
Walking
stuff
around
back
in
in.
his birthday
I
suit.
was just wondering.
I'm gonna give you a giant hug.
Oh,
Like, I thought you died. Then I'm
it's
gonna
good
like
to be.
break off and like give you a little like punch in the shoulder kind of thing.
It's
Don't-
good to be together.
Don't blow yourself up anymore.
Eh, you neither, eh? And my damn, would you call me light hand once in a while?
You got it, light hand.
Did I ever tell you the story about why they call me
Why do they call you what?
light hand?
Maybe parts of it. You were drunk the one night. You told me a little bit. But regale me.
Oh shit.
They
Well,
don't normally roleplay this much. I don't know. I think they're trying to impress you too.
I
Most
mean,
of the
we
time they're
did
like,
go
"Hey, is
through
there
like
shit to
a
kill?"
traumatic
Yeah.
experience.
Session
last
after session, they've just been like slowly figuring it all out and having these long conversations. It's been fantastic.
well, anyway, in short, it's because I blow shit up with my hands and light them on fire, and also I pickpocketed a guy once.
That's
I
Cliff
just tried
Notes.
to pickpocket you, but I rolled a 2.
I pickpocketed a guy once. Where are your pockets? Oh, you're naked. Nice to meet you.
You can do a big guy.
That's not a coin purse.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now until we get to the city. I think I want to start a business or something because now that I have come face to face with death, I want to leave a legacy behind.
That's fair. That's fair. You'd be a good businessman. Just
Thank you.
don't threaten
No.
people with blowing them up.
I'll do my best.
That's one of the reasons he's not allowed in Elysian anymore. Walks into a store that in a town that was on edge. Do you have any bombs? What? Go talk to that guy while I go get the guard. Yes, Zaroth, Kithelgar, Kithelroust. Kithelroust. You can write this down.
Yeah, that's. How many Q's does it have?
Just write down
0 Q's. First time ever. Zaroth, Zaroth.
Oh, hold on. Zaroth.
Yep. Capital C. Charlie, Tango, Hotel, Lima.
Whoa.
Charlie
Just
Tango.
Okay.
What's the word?
It's Kithelroust. Kithelraust
Wow.
is the priestess. I think that you are referencing. She is the high priestess of the Drow city, whose name I haven't come up with yet.
Hold
worries.
Hold on.
The city that will not be named.
I just called her High Priestess bitch.
Veranthus is the city.
Okay.
All right. It's interesting. It's an assortment of individuals that seem to be inheriting their parents' adversaries. Very bizarre. If she has your mother, I would be quite concerned for your mother's safety. She works, from what I have gleaned over my time in this world, she works hand in hand with, kind of an odd term for me to use. She works in tandem with, she works in concert with an interesting group known as the Black Hand.
Okay.
Make a quick history check. Or wait, yeah, he was there.
History. 17.
Yeah, you remember Magnus talking about his genetic ability that he's got? The high blood situation is there are two factions of the high blood. There is the Everlife and the Black Hand. And you came into contact with two members of the Everlife the first time you were on Captain Blissful's ship, those two assassins that just straight up rolled below a 10 for an hour straight.
Oh, it took his sword, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's how you have Viper's Vellum, yeah. Individuals like that, and those were novices, those were apprentices that you fought. Very, very, from what you've gleaned over what information you guys have learned about the Black Hand and the Everlife, they are super fucking dangerous, very culty on both sides. They come from an ancient high blood genetic line of individuals. They're spooky.
So the High Priestess is the Black Hand.
She works with them.
Okay.
So she has been, Polgra has been told she is known to work, or they are, the priestess's group, individuals of Drow, will work in concert with the Black Hand.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
two very large, powerful organizations that are up to no good. You just learned they're working together.
And it all makes sense, yeah. Well, she had a dragon, and she had
Yeah,
a
that's,
lot.
yes, yep, that tracks.
Yeah. yeah. She took my mum through a bit of a portal on the top of the hill. I couldn't get to her in time, and then luckily she cast some kind of spell across everyone in the town, and basically protected them by sealing them in impenetrable diamond, including my dad. And so, so he's frozen in time right now, and she's somewhere off. I don't know where.
I was with her the day she came up with that spell. Interesting. There is... To reverse that magic is no small feat. Even at my height right now... Hold on, let me pull up Poldra's shit. I don't think she could dispel it at her level.
5'2".
What spells does she have? 8th level. It's a 9th. Yeah, it'd be a roll. I could potentially dispel that magic. There are no guarantees. It's a spell of the highest magnitude. Your mother was quite the prodigy.
It's all I've heard, and just too young to fully realize that awareness, I suppose, until recently, yeah. Can't wait to...
She always said she wanted to keep her past life away from her family. She might not have shared everything with you over the years.
I got that sense, yeah. Dad trained me quite well, but never really got the full magic experience, I suppose, from her.
No, less of a magic user, your father. Quite the sneak, though.
Yeah.
They were a match made in the heavens. Inseparable once they found one another, joined at the hip.
No doubt, yeah. Hope to return it to be that way very soon.
I would be more than willing to help with your father's situation. I could not attest for your mother's location, but should you need me in a pinch, because concerns your father and your family, and this interesting shared history we seem to be having all around your party, I would be more than willing to at least attempt to relinquish your father from his bonds.
I appreciate that so much.
Aye. Just returning favors all around here. Wouldn't be enjoying this faux dawn if it weren't for a lot of you. Odd as you all may be, and interestingly bound in history.
I think that that's probably more by design than we care to think.
The fates are fickle.
Shall we go kill some shit?
So,
Let's go.
everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ship it.
Corey, I moved to the thing and I still can't see. You're slouching too much. Get your pretty lips up here.
After,
Swimming.
after Pulgar is done talking with everyone, I just want to show her all the magic I can do now.
Oh,
Because I'm figuring it out.
that's fascinating. Oh, the Paradoxus wolf. That is an interesting creature. Very stealthy. Saber-toothed tiger. Wonderful. Excellent. And this. Oh, the poison. That's this. You're coming along quite well.
Thanks.
I'm good. It's good to see you've got rid of that hammer you were carrying. That could not have been any aid whatsoever.
Yeah, I've still got it in my backpack, but we've got the... Yeah, I'm not carrying it around anymore.
That's good. Yeah, probably was keeping most of that power of yours at bay.
As I figured out, yes. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, of course. Magic is a thing that should not be stifled, even if that's what Durelium seems to believe. You're free to live your own life, be your own self, young Arya.
As I'm figuring it out, yeah.
Excellent.
Well, I think we want to go to Mir'Tiran if you can help us out.
All right. Coming to this point, still don't know what time of day it is, because the environment inside the mansion is its own thing, and then when you pop back out of the mansion, you're in this webbed wood. Pulgar assures you she's going to be in touch with the elves and other organizations, the Tower of Zeld, and have people come in now that the organization, the leadership of this Ettercap society has been broken up and eliminated, and take care of the rest of the mess here. You've all had your discussion. We're all going to Mir'Tiran, and she's like, "Well, I can definitely transport you there. They actually, in the castle, they have their own teleportation circle, so this will actually be quite simple for me before I head back home to my family." And she begins to cast the spell. Interesting. I can't quite seem to get a bead on the circle there at this moment. No matter. I can still get you there. I'll just have to send you to the, what's the name of my favorite inn that was there?
The in and out.
We've already been to an In-N-Out.
Oh,
Coming down.
It's like the In-N-Out burger, though. It's just a chain of
Yeah,
inns.
exactly. It's a franchise.
There is...
Jack in a box.
Don't remember where I sent you guys. Come
Yeah.
on down?
Come on
Yep.
down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so not there, because that'd be too easy. I'll send you to my favorite inn in town, the Charm Heart. And she begins to cast the spell again. Somebody roll a D100 for me.
I'll do it.
Good Christ, could somebody claim stuff before this maniac?
37.
Oh my god. Write pages of things, do things better.
So I'm not a maniac.
I'm just bugging you, man. Man, my fingers do not want to use paper today.
That should be my excuse the next time I'm at school. Like, why are you doing your work? I'm like, my fingers, I want to work with the paper today. It's so weird.
What'd you roll?
37?
Okay, cool.
37.
There is a flash around all of you, and just because you guys worked so hard to keep your cart and your horses and Elchias, I'm going to include them in this spell, even though it normally would not include them in this spell. But so we can meet up with these motherfuckers, this teleport, and you feel this lurching. Everything sort of pinholes, and it's just nothingness. And then, and you're standing in the street.
Whoa.
You see a bunch of civilians just kind of walking, just like, exactly, blah, where the hell's found these? Oh, and just walking down, and you're all just standing now. People are staring, looking, and it's about 7 in the morning.
Oh.
And you're standing outside.
Well, that's a thing.
And you're standing outside of a very lovely little building, very well put together, dark woods and stone foundation, and a nice sign out front with a big red heart in it with the word charm in the middle. The charm heart.
Did we make it? Is this is the tribe? What? Yes?
So is it June 18th now? Like it's the next day?
Yeah, it would be the morning of the 18th, yep.
Father's Day.
Oh no!
Yeah. One father ran away, one father trapped in crystal, one father you never knew, and you lost a daughter. You're just like, hey
I
guys,
got
it's
a
Father's Day. Oh,
Shut up, Arya!
Falconer's dad abandoned him before he was born.
My dad kicked me out of the tribe.
Yeah.
Got some serious daddy issues.
Arya's like, guys, it's Father's Day. Everybody just look. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
I miss him though. It's still
What
sad.
day?
It's
June
June 18th. Yeah, for simplicity's sake, we're just using a regular calendar for the game. I never actually mapped one out. I just kind of went seasonally in my book. So
Charmed heart.
just charm.
What?
So we're in Mir'Tiran now? This is the
Yeah.
capital, right?
That's where you said you wanted to go.
We're in South Sina now.
You were in South Sinai.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
thought
just looking
we
at the
were
map. I
in-
was confusing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you
so
went.
we were in the
Sorry.
Dawnwood because we were in Monorain,
Oh,
and then
right,
we went
yeah,
up
yeah.
to Ifel,
So we're.
and kind of we were here, and then we got teleported over here.
Oh, that's a river, not a border. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was meant to be blue.
Not
I
North
used-
Sinai,
The marker
okay.
was darker than it
You
was
guys get
supposed
that?
to be.
Oh, I got mine
Yeah.
open. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
June 18th.
Welcome to the capital of South Sinai.
Cool.
All right. Well, what do we need to get done here?
I can't remember.
Yeah. What?
I gotta go see it.
So we're really just talking about this.
A king.
A prince.
A king, yeah.
A king.
A pauper?
I gotta
Yeah.
find a counselor who's a little bit too blabby.
Yeah, I gotta go talk to the king.
I gotta find a bank or something.
Nothing. Just you don't really have any story here, so I apologize. Don't worry, there's stuff to smack later.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
There's my story.
I don't think I have much to do here either. So, drinks.
Yeah.
I
Great,
don't think I
me-
have anything. I think I missed that one session when you guys got contracts here.
We didn't get
I don't think
contracts
there's
here.
any in Mir'Tiran, but there's some
Falconer
around
Falconer got hired by the by Estefania Leshira from the Emerald Crest to
Oh, yeah?
track down Francois de la Rouge because he's got an ancient artifact that looks a lot like the God Scrolls that you were carrying around, and he was a little too talkative about it.
Right.
And so she wanted you to steal it because it's an ancient and valuable item.
Right.
I know the feeling. Yep.
Yep. Mistress Hallel slapped the shit out of him and stole his. Yeah, she fucked. She was like, oh hey look, those are nice, and he was dead, or no, 0 hit points.
Yeah.
Thanks to our grave cleric, he was just like stabilized.
So
I-
you're doing that, Falconer.
I mean, we don't have to
We
split the
can
party.
do it together.
Yeah.
There's no need to split up.
I was gonna.
Let's meet some people.
So no drinks.
Perhaps make our way to the castle and meet the king first.
You guys are
See what we can
Maybe
gather
drinks,
for info.
drinks after the king.
Hey, DM, where do we go to meet the special people?
roll a persuasion check.
Roll a strength check to break the
With,
fourth
with
wall.
my
Uh,
11.
11. Well, follow Arya. Follow.
All right, little dwarf, I'm a dwarf. You're a
I'm a gnome.
All right, little gnome, lead the way.
I mean, I've never been here. I don't know where the castle is.
All right,
Probably the
little
big-
So-
gnome.
Probably
I
the
think
big
that's
castle.
it there.
Excuse
Well-
me, sir. And
Perception
I
check.
hail someone down on
I'm
the street.
short. I can't see anything.
Oh, the buildings are in your way.
I'm only 3 feet tall.
Is there anybody on the street that I can
13?
hail down?
As you look up, this city is enormous. It is just as big, give or take, as Calliope was.
oh wow.
This is also a port city. As you look up, and you've seen small sightings of these things on your journeys here before. This is the closest you've seen, though, as you look up and a skyship is coming in massive. Like, bigger than the largest man-of-war ship you've ever seen, coming into a series of tall platforms off to the northeast. As
Oh,
You
not for me.
you see other smaller ships coming and going from this port, most of them going north, west, south, or any variant of those directions, but directly to the east, the magic-hating country of Derelium, none.
No bueno.
You also see 4 towers. They are immense pillars of what looks like white or ivory stone, going up 30, 40 stories. And you see small individuals on winged beasts flying to and from these pillars. Cannot see a castle at this vantage point.
So as I was pointing, those towers are pretty high. We might be able to see up there.
If you want, I could throw you.
Me?
Yeah, you could see if there's a cut.
We,
okay.
we could just ask someone.
There's that.
Where?
But then I don't
Yeah,
get to
was
throw
trying to hail
anybody.
somebody down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Roston.
Hey, you, stranger on the street.
Do you have any
bonjour,
explosives?
monsieur. Well, comment ça va?
Hey, Arya, come here.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh, bonjour, everyone. Your
We're looking for. Arya, what are we looking for?
Thank you.
It's a Greg store.
Do you know where I can find Corbin? I can't pronounce his last name.
We're looking for
Leon?
Corbin.
We're looking for the king.
The king is at the castle.
And how do we get there?
Oh,
Where's the castle?
from the you're so abrasive. This one, I'm getting like French and German mixed together. This is. I was doing German last night for my assassin character.
As they get angrier, they get more mature.
Bonjour, monsieur. Les poissons, les poissons. The castle is just a little bit to the northeast. It is not too far from the Ivory Plateaus. You see those the ships that they are flying in here? They are going to those tall platforms. That is the Ivory Plateau, the port, the airport. Sorry, the skyport. Not the airport. No, that is the skyport. The keep is just in front of that, a little bit down into the east, to the west. It's just to follow the ships. You will see the castle. It is quite a large. It is the Christian's keep.
And what part of the city are we in now?
Oh, you are on the not Z, the Z and the Z. The Z is the German. Don't do the German. You guys are on the east central west side of the city.
So we gotta go northeast.
You gotta go northeast to get to the keep.
Okay.
Alright, have a good day.
Austin Kingston. Thank you, sir. You're on your way now. Go on.
You are quite absurd, and he
Gee,
lights a cigarette and walks away.
you should have asked him about a bank. I guess we can talk to someone else.
I'll get the king to loan me some money. My sweet charm.
Sure. I can ask him for you.
Only person you
Thank
ever
you.
charmed gave him the clap.
Excuse me, king. I'm trying to build some bombs. I think you should give me
I dare you to say the word bomb in front of the king and see what happens.
Hello, King. My name is John Terrorist.
There's a bomb near the
John Q. Terrorist.
Tate, I really hope you have a backup character.
challenge accepted. How much will you give me if I say the word bombs in front of the king and survive?
No.
And survive? You
Yes.
won't survive. That's the point. You're level 5.
But how much will you give me?
I'm on his side. I'll help him.
I will give
I got his back.
I will give you advantage on rolling your next character. How about that?
Gonna turn
It's not gonna
Mir'Tiran
work.
into the Elise in 2.0.
You'll see. All right, let's go to the king.
Man, this would be the wrong city to pull that shit in. Just saying.
All right, so we gotta go northeast. Apparently, the castle or the
Great.
keep is by the pillars that Magnus pointed out.
Can I try and find out
The
where?
Ivory Plateau.
Sure.
Plateaus. Yeah, it's a series of large white platforms where you can see all these skyships coming and going from.
Do I see any interesting shops or
Just while you're
Yeah,
walking.
I was gonna say.
landmarks or just keep
Falconer,
note of them?
presumably you're on El Caius.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's everybody give us some marching order here.
I'd like to be with Arya leading the way,
Okay.
if she's leading the way.
Oh shit.
I punched the phone. I punched it.
You alive?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yep. Hi.
All right, everybody, let's just assume that's a street. The grid is a street.
Just hold on. I'll put him on the
Yeah.
horse.
It's an
I'll
elk.
be behind Roston and Arya
I mean,
so that I
I'm
can diffuse any
Don't
fires that
diss my
Roston might
builds.
start.
I'm probably better on the wagon because little legs.
Damn it.
You've just been driving the wagon mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been like animal handling the horses and
Well,
shit.
yeah, it's just easier if I'm on the wagon because then I'm basically running.
The wagon only moves at regular walking speed. I know, but I'm little.
All right, well then I'll lead the way. Northeast is dead.
Yep.
Just running a gnomish 4-minute mile everywhere
All
we
right.
go.
Remember, we do have 2 other horses too.
You have one other.
One
horse.
other horse. Sorry.
It's tied to the wagon.
Carl.
All right, Carl.
That kills people.
I thought I had a spare horse over here. It might have been the one. No, it might have been Dahlia. Don't use that. That's a monster for later, maybe.
So Dell's riding that.
That's
Did we
more,
get a mammoth?
that's more of a Brolin.
It's Carl.
No, see, I don't like this because now you're giving Xander and Zodel bad ideas. So, can we just?
Yep.
Can we just?
I'd ride a mammoth.
I'm just saying this would have been so much
Then I
easier.
brought you a bunch of horses.
They're the ones pulling the fucking wagon. I only had 2 horses to begin with. Oh no, here we go. 3. There's your fucking horse. Derail the whole goddamn game. Just write scripts for days and Lego horse is what breaks it. Is this the white one's Carl?
Yeah, Carl Charlie
it?
Horse.
Carl Charlie horse. And then we've got Betty, Black Betty, and what was the other one? Abigail?
Andrea.
Andrea, Black Betty, Dolly.
Dolly.
Dahlia.
Wow.
Yeah, we did that on I did that on
purpose.
purpose.
Horse A, B, and
Yeah,
C.
did you not notice that?
I just did, yeah.
Well,
Did you
hey,
not
then
see-
Alcaius is E, so we
Yeah.
even
Yep.
did it all
I
the way
know,
on
I
the
did
way.
that. I did that on purpose.
By design. And
I
poet.
love and hate all of you. Okay. You can just set it down. Yeah.
All right.
You're up front?
I don't know.
castle.
I'll probably.
Okay.
I hope.
Make an
I
investigation check while you're walking, Magnus.
Off to the keep we go.
Well, I'm walking.
Works because you're a dwarf.
Hey, I'm walking
It's like your theme song.
Yes. What's that? 15 is perception. 18. Sweet.
Investigation.
Investigation.
I'll help.
18.
Nice. Roston's helping.
Oh, and help. Holy cow. 20.
Oh my god. Okay. As you're walking down the street from the Charm Heart, you head east before you head north. You pass a 3-story white, silvery white tower-looking building.
Ooh.
That is the guild house for the Tower of Zeld.
Fancy.
I don't even know if I wrote people for this guild. You guys can only give me a week to do a whole city.
How do you spell Zeld again?
X-E''ELD.
Oh, I'm so wrong. X what?
X-E''ELD. 2 syllables. Zeld.
God, language is so fucked.
I mean, I don't do you guys any favors either.
Absolutely not. You're just like,
Apostrophe
I want to make them roll a
ELD.
3
Two
Two-
E's.
with language checks.
To be fair, I made that name when I was like 13 years old.
Right.
And I've remembered it since you told me it the first day I made my character.
I forgot to write down people for the guilds. So this is going to be
That's
fun.
okay. We won't go in there yet.
Unless
you
Magnus
can.
wants to.
Eat it again? No way. You're here?
Total.
I head straight into the tower.
Oh,
You actually go up, there is a closed sign on it.
Classic.
Nice.
Remember where you got that
It's
Iron
Sunday.
Stone?
They're closed on Sundays.
Yeah,
No post on Sundays.
was the guy that ran this place.
Oh.
Whoops.
Hey, look, there's a shop
Yeah.
free.
Currently, it is a vacant property because the wizard who used to run this chapter of the tower was eaten by ettercaps.
he was sucked dry.
That was the very
How much
first.
is the property?
You'd have to go to City Hall to find out.
Alright.
Isn't City Hall the
Take a
castle?
rain check on that.
What is
Ask
the...
questions, because then you make him ask questions, and I have to keep riffing shit, and we're never going to get anywhere.
To the castle.
Castle.
Okay, you... Wow, I actually didn't put anything on this road. Why did I send you to the Charm Heart? Through asking around, just because I wrote this name for fucking ever ago, and I really just want to read it out loud. You're asking if there's anything interesting around, any stores, anything, and this one old lady, all in black.
Yes, there's this lovely store. It's called Perry's Very Scary Harry Bewary Confectionaries.
Can I just get the acronym?
What was that?
Perry's Scary Harry Bewary Confectionaries. I love it there. I got this ring from him.
And she shows you this ring, and it's just like this interesting black metal with little white cracks going through it.
Oh. And where exactly in the city is Perry's Scary Harry Bewary Confectionery?
Store number 1.
Oh, it's quite central, actually. If you go straight south from the tower, you can find it there.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. You're a handsome young man.
Ma'am.
You remind me of my 4th husband.
I'm absolutely fascinated right now.
I got caught practicing voices at work the other day. It was real embarrassing.
Magnus, was that your mom or something? What?
No.
No.
All right, are we at the castle?
As you approach Christian's Keep,
Christians keep.
Christian, like the old,
Like a Jean Chrétien?
yeah, like the old
Christian.
prime minister, yeah.
Christian.
Christian.
It's just weapons grade French.
Dude, I had on the iPad for the last 2 months, I've just had a list of like top 100 French baby names. And then other ones that I just like riff. I'm like, oh, this sounds French. What's this one called?
Senor Beef One.
Your baguette.
The very first South China Inn that they went to was called the Bed and Butter. It came with a complimentary baguette upon check-in. Chris and I were chatting. Do we want to like order a pizza? Do we want to have food brought in? What are you guys feeling for snacky for like foods instead of just chips and brownies?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
sounds good.
All of it.
Calories is a good idea.
I'd love it if you ordered me a pizza.
We'll order ski a pizza. You made way too many jacking off into the fuck it bucket jokes last session.
I made a
They,
couple.
they have skipped the dishes down there, Tate?
DoorDash.
Probably Uber Eats.
We got stuff, yeah.
Moving right along.
Decided on food? Anybody ordering something? What are we doing there?
Krista's got some
looking.
pizza.
Okay.
Pizza options up here.
I'm just
As Amour Ventis comes clip-clopping up to the gated perimeter of Christian's Keep, they see a series of wagons going in through the front of the gate, offloading goods. Ari, make a quick perception check for me. Magnus and Zodell as well.
wow.
Yeah.
That's cocked. That's better.
Yeah, that's more like Magnus.
You need a better tray, bro.
16.
22.
Okay.
23.
These wagons have daring colors.
Hard to see over this brim.
Just off to the side of these wagons going through the front gate, you see two unique individuals in conversation, kind of gesturing towards the castle. Would you two care to describe what your characters look
Sure.
like?
You see a drow, white hair, purplish blue skin. He is just wearing like traveler's clothes. He has like a scarf and he's holding a book. He's gesturing up at the castle and talking to this other individual.
A wood elf, long blonde hair, paler skin, wears very green clothes, has a very large staff with a sort of tree-like orb sitting at the top of it, and he's also just sort of gesturing, talking with the drow, gesturing towards the castle.
I'm so excited right now. Do character things.
I just don't, I don't know.
Amour-
He's the only one that's seen
Cards were
that?
quite rude.
She saw
Yeah, I
the.
know. It's like
She saw the.
They don't even know the dangers that could happen from this.
Yes, and it's quite strange.
Yeah. It just appears and disappears. They could something be coming through. Someone could be jumping, trying to steal stuff from the castle.
Maybe so.
Are we hearing it?
Yeah, at this point, you guys all
We're not keeping it quiet.
canter
No,
up.
we're
yeah.
very.
And Amour Ventis can describe in detail what these two are seeing.
Clockwise.
Yeah, I'm a human, long white hair, very ashen skin, dressed all in black. Got the big black brimmed hat. Only piece of color on me is there's a red sash around my waist, and yeah, even my horse is black.
I only had one white horse, I think.
Yeah, you might glean like there's a holy symbol on around my neck as well.
I am a tall, half-orc looking lady with ripped, jacked
Yoked, one might say. Purple vest, strong axe, strong everything.
She wears a homebrew item called the Vest of Toughness that makes her look jacked. It gives her a +1 to intimidation checks.
And then Ryden Vamora's on the back. He's a wood elf. 6 foot, green-eyed, blonde-haired.
And you're the youngest one in the party too.
Yep.
You're not even 20 yet, are you?
I'm 19.
Yeah.
19 years old, 6 foot tall elf, blonde hair, green eyes, copper brown skin, I'd say. Yeah, bow in the hand, a very nice bow, if I must say so myself, and a rapier on my hip.
Me? Okay. So I'm a 3 foot tall gnome, blue hair, tealish eyes. I'm driving the cart, so I don't have anything in my hands, but yeah.
You have a very nice staff that you keep near at
I
hand.
do, yes. Very nice staff. And,
One might say that staff is on fire.
yeah.
Falconer?
So I am this majestic half-elf in shining gold and crimson armor and cape. Big helmet on. It's a little bit explodey looking. It's covered in soot and black because I got fireballed yesterday.
I like it.
Riding on top of this gigantic black, huge rack of antler elk with a big red crimson stone in the middle of its forehead.
Much like it appears there on the table.
And Rustin Craigstone, 4'4", 164-pound dwarf, with a brown singed beard, and I've got these red goggles on that kind of are pinned to my eyes, and it looks like I'm like permanently sunburned from all the blasts and stuff that I've been part of. And I've got these big gauntlets on that you might or may not be able to tell that they have like mechanisms in them. And I've got spikes coming out of each of my knuckles.
Platinum spikes now.
Platinum spikes.
Oh, just out, I'm also wearing spectacles.
Yes.
Just
I am
picturing
a
him
little
just
bit
floating in
gaunt
the water. He probably
looking,
has like
little sunken cheeks.
the worst farmer's tan
Oh,
ever.
this is the worst. Yeah. This is literally. It's just this. That's it. Like even his hands aren't tanned because he's covered in all the shit. It's just here. It's just the worst splotched farmer's tan ever. I'm like just on the front, not on the back. Pale back of neck. Do character things. I'm so excited.
So we're at the gate.
So you roll up, you see some wagons with Darren colors going into the front gate. The guards are escorting them in. And then this pair of individuals off to the side having their conversation.
So you're coming out of the gate, or we
They
see
have
them
not.
just standing
They have
there?
not been allowed on castle grounds.
Oh,
We've sort of like
What are you
started
doing,
walking
Jen?
back. I
We're
guess.
starting walking back.
Yes, and we just kind of seem a bit frustrated, and we're just talking about how they haven't, like, very obviously loudly, we haven't been allowed in, and they don't know the dangers that they're in.
Okay.
Oh there.
Go ahead.
What's your problem? Someone say something.
Go ahead.
A dwarf, yes,
there.
and
What's
motley
going
crew. We have not been allowed inside the castle gates, and we do believe that there is some danger. However, nobody seems to pay us any mind.
What kind of danger?
Danger.
You may be the one to explain it, as
it's,
you understand it better than I.
Yeah, it's
Like,
sort of a magical
sort of
rift
things
situation.
don't look like they belong.
I'm getting some readings that it's appearing and disappearing constantly within the castle. So, if that constantly keeps happening, that could perhaps create a bigger rift, or it could perhaps stay quite big and probably suck up the castle, maybe. Or maybe someone's using it to jump inside the castle to steal things, or people. Hopefully, not people.
Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?
What?
I don't know what
We've
you're
got
thinking.
another
We should
mystery
get
on
Taco
our
Bell
hands.
Question.
Yes.
Is Polgar still with us, or did she just like teleport
I
us
think she
to
left.
where we were going?
No, she teleported you, and then she was heading back home. She's
Okay.
been away from her husband
Yeah.
and son too long.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Question.
But she did mention something about out loud about the teleportation circle not working at the castle, right?
Correct. Yeah. She
Yeah.
tried to send you there at first because that's a guaranteed success on teleportation, but the spell wouldn't activate going there, so she sent you to someplace familiar, which only has a slightly smaller chance of failing.
Right. Okay.
Did,
Yeah,
question.
I'm gonna
did
ride
we
up
fight Drow like in past
That one
sessions?
time, yeah.
Yep.
We did
Okay.
once, yeah.
You all know that Drow kidnapped
Yeah.
Riordan's
And I've got
mom.
some
Okay.
serious PTSD with Drow.
That's why. So yeah,
Feel free to roleplay that as you will.
looking at you very suspiciously. And
I haven't even
So
seen it
I-
yet because I'm on the back of the wagon.
Are you happening to enter the castle with some business? Because we really need to get in there and tell them
Yes,
about
this is quite
Very good
fortuitous
point.
of us,
How
as
are
I
we planning on
said.
getting in?
Of course, yes.
With patience,
I thought we just
fate
have to
will be
work.
on our
I
side.
thought we were
Okay,
just
so I'm
balcony.
gonna telepathically tell Riordan that there's this drow person wanting to enter the castle, and and like everyone in the party, like except for you guys, can hear this because I can telepathically talk to you guys.
It's like early in
I
the
don't.
morning, right?
I don't know if.
Yeah, very
Yes.
early. Yeah, you guys went there like first thing because when the night you got there, you had that it was like, oh, we were following this one rift and now there's one here, and then you went there during the day and nothing, and then the next night you same thing. It was like, oh, now we can sense it, and then it vanished. So you went the following morning, right when they were showing up, to just be like, we need to, some shit's going on. We know crazy shit.
You said everyone knows that Riordan's parents were kidnapped by Drow?
Yeah.
I guess technically you wouldn't have been there for that session. I just assumed you would have got that information by now.
Just get everybody on the same page for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We haven't had great experiences with drow, so I don't.
Yeah, unless there's like information you guys have intentionally not revealed. If it's been revealed, I assume it's been slowly shared throughout the party.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
it was intentional if they knew. Otherwise, I'd activate.
Typically, if somebody's like, I want to keep this a secret, they will mention that. Otherwise, I just assume the information is just disseminated through the group.
So I guess telepathically, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna walk up to the front of the wagon and maybe even I'm just gonna actually do a fucking backflip onto the top of the wagon because that's way more badass.
Make an acrobatics check.
Yeah, that's
Balls.
Did you guys get that one I sent you of Frodo trying to jump onto Gandalf's wagon the other day?
What acrobatics? Yeah, 5.
As you go to backflip. Okay. You like get up in a hurry, and your heel kind of slips off that back end, like when you've slipped off a tailgate, I'm sure before, because trucks. You do one of those, and as you go to backflip, you just onto the back of the wagon, and then stand up and just walk around the wagon.
Are you all right?
Beric, you could help the poor man.
Yes.
You can make a perception check because he's quite.
Yeah, okay.
It's a big wagon.
I get to roll dice.
First roll.
Yeah.
I've been working hard to get you. They've never role played this much. Normally we're at places by now.
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Natural 20. So 25.
The dice says
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right,
Are
mate.
you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, mates. What seems to be the issue for you guys?
So, as explained by my friend here, we've tried to enter the castle gates, however we were turned back. We have, Io has been detecting some rifts opening within the castle walls, and we wished to investigate it, however we were turned away. And
Why
no
were
one-
you turned away?
You have no missive to be in the castle, no invitation to be there, and the guards are just kind of like, yeah, we get crazies coming up to the gate all the time trying to get in. It's like, yeah, piss off.
They didn't believe our story.
Yeah, I'm going to ride up on Alcaius at this point to the front here where all this is going on.
Sorry, and what did you guys say your
Having
names were?
slightly
Ah,
overheard.
yes. I am Virik. Virik Windbell.
Virik. Okay, nice to meet
I'm
you.
Io Rhea.
Can I make an insight check? I want to know if they're like
Sure.
crazy. Oh. Insight?
Can someone throw the spellings of those in the group?
5.
But yeah, these are the most trustworthy people you've met
VIRRIC.
in a while.
Why don't we just bring them in with us if we're going to see the king? Right?
Well,
They want to go
Zodell,
in.
we don't want to harbor any
Virik, so
potentially dangerous people on our behalf. You know,
And then
so that
last
would
name is
not be good.
Windbell.
That guy's
you
holding
there,
a tree. I'm pretty
Drow,
sure we're
I
fine.
didn't catch your name.
Your name to borrow.
Upon closer inspection, you also see that there is also a holy symbol around my neck.
Sorry, Dallas, what was your character's name again?
Io Rhea. So literally Io is his first name.
I think Corey's texting them out, right?
Try to keep auto-correcting.
And
Dude,
Rhea
typing
is
shit,
just
typing shit at work is a nightmare.
Yeah.
RHEA.
It's my name with an R at the front.
Yeah.
No S, just an R.
And what's
Sorry,
Barrett's last
I need
name?
the spelling of
Wind Bell. Literally wind and bell.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You said your name was Varric?
Virik.
How do you spell that?
You,
VIRRIC.
We're ordering pizza, right?
Windbell?
Yeah.
We said-
Yeah, I
Wind
haven't
bell.
gotten there yet.
Yes.
Okay. I know. Hard to order pizza when you're role playing.
Yeah.
Try to harbor.
1
terrorists in the
3
castle
3
and
1 2. Yes, I would also. It's the king. Yes. 123A Street. I'm a gnome.
Hey Falconer, what do you think about this? I'm kind of going over to Falconer
Yeah.
on Althor.
well, Parker did say something about
As you guys
the
are talking, I
teleportation
was just like
circle not
smiling,
working
like
to get to the castle,
trying to
right?
look nice.
There may be something to that.
Yeah, I remember that as well. Don't trust this drow though.
No, I don't blame you.
Make a
Let
history
me-
check.
History check?
Yeah.
God, what's my history? I think it's pretty good. First roll, first roll. Ooh. 21.
Wow.
21. Yeah, you know, adjacent to this country is Dorelium, where drow are enslaved. So, getting some of these speculative sort of looks towards you, you're understanding like, yeah, no, I get no free drow. Yep.
And you said you were
Pull like a
Wood
Yeah,
elf.
you'd probably have a hood
Yes,
up.
wood elf. So full elf.
Yeah.
Wood elf.
Yeah, the last time
Cleric,
these guys
I'm
encountered a drow, it was enslaved
Oh, I
to
am not told
this
yet.
Captain What's His Nuts in Elysian.
And we also killed a bunch in a tunnel.
That was way before, though.
Yeah.
That was like session
Yeah.
4 or 6 or something like that. But yeah, after you guys left Calliope and ended up in Elysian, because that took 3 or 4 sessions, the most recent drow you guys have seen was a shaved-headed slave to that Captain Dickhead he was actually eyeing your tushy a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was. I get a lot of that.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
And how did you detect this rift?
Oh, and then he like pulls a little orb that's kind of chained to his belt here. It's like an orb with like bands and there's a diamond floating in it. It's like vibrating. Is it vibrating right now?
It is not. It vibrates more prominently the closer you are to a rift.
Yeah.
So it does have a constant thrum to it. Oh, I picked the right page too. Nice. Do you have it up, or are you going to explain what it does, or
Yeah.
or I have, or whatever.
This magic spear, constructed of mithril bands and a perfectly spherical diamond, informs the owner of direction and rough proximity to tears and portals to other planes of existence. The owner can take a minute to focus on the compass, and a white arrow of glowing light will aim in the direction of the nearest doorway to another plane, or small orange arrows will point off into directions of other portals that are farther away. Mithril bands vibrate with increasing intensity as the compass is moved closer to the nearest planar gate. So while, I guess...
Yeah, the closer I am to one, it vibrates. But like last night, it was vibrating like crazy, and now not.
Yeah.
No.
Do I know anything about these things?
Make a history check with disadvantage.
It's like polite now.
We did see that rift in Warren Craig's.
10.
Never.
I'd also like look at
Would
you and
I?
say you and
'Cause we had that
as
thing
a
in
man of the cloth.
that house with the stairs.
Oh, infinite staircase.
Do I recognize this symbol on?
It would be the whatever fate god goddess has
it'd be a history check with disadvantage. I looked
Or
up
religion.
I don't have like a fate god. I just looked up the D&D one.
Yeah.
The world, is that something that's written in?
No.
Did you see that?
Oh wow! Holy shit! Double
2
ones.
So never mind.
So no,
Corey,
you
I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm about to shit my pants.
Actually,
Huh?
no. You know,
19.
Kept it perked up.
I love that roll because I wanted to change that. I wanted you to just roll a flat d20. You are immediately, because you're still getting used to this newfound power, projected 100 feet, or until you hit something solid, to your left. I would like you to roll a percentile die for me.
Uh-oh. Ejectocito, cuz!
Still learning to control his high blood magics.
Alright. That is 19.
Yeah, you take
D100, I can't fucking roll over
20.
25%.
You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as suddenly you just collide with the storefront of a building. And you're... Oh, I need your horse to make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
I'm just
Not
imagining this
telling
like, oh, that symbol on your neck, is that...
Pretty much, yeah.
So I think the holy symbol would be of like Hastor, the like fate-esque god of D&D stuff.
Okay. Strength check for the horse.
Riding horse stats. Keep them up.
5.
Your horse is thrown to the ground as the force of your body pushing off of it as leverage just hurls it to the
How
ground.
this thing even puts up with me anymore.
Your horse takes, thankfully, 1 point of bludgeoning damage as it basically bounces off the side of the wagon, and you are now about 60 feet away, just smacked like left shoulder first into the side of a building. You are very confused because suddenly he is gone, and his horse is just like to the floor.
I will rush over to him, see that he's obviously injured. I will,
Okay, maybe you want to help him. I don't think he's okay.
yeah, I will just sort of like help pull. Like I'm not a very strong individual. I take like the lightest planks of wood off of him as much as I can.
Can I,
And then-
can I go over and...
Sure.
I'll be like, I got it.
Let's dust myself off.
Throw him
I'll like
60
put
feet
my hand
back.
on your shoulder and be like,
Right back onto the horse.
here, and I'll just sort of, I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Sure.
More than 10.
Okay.
My
Double
thanks.
ones. Can't make that shit
Just gonna
up.
look over at Falconer like, hey, what do you make of this?
It's a nice soft golden glow as I cast it.
They're
Appreciate
seem
that.
genuine. I don't know. Maybe we
Is-
can do a little
Keep going.
digging here.
Is Io still standing here?
Yes.
Standing there?
He's a little shocked.
Yeah. So I see, well, presuming, do I see that he just healed Magnus? That
I
their
did it
character
very
healed Magnus?
openly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a perception check with advantage. He's 60 feet away-ish now. Slammed into the front of a building.
Jesus Christ, 5. Maybe I didn't see
Nope.
it. Okay.
How many 5s has that been? Jesus.
Probably at least 5.
Never mind. I was gonna say stuff, but
At least.
Could say he's light-handed with the dice.
Oh!
Arya, what do you have to get us access into the castle?
myself.
All right, elaborate.
Well, so my father sent me with
Tell them your father's name.
his name is Noramir. Sent me with 3 crates of tack to deliver to the king, because that's what my family does. We make tack and stuff for royal military horses and dogs and whatnot.
Cavalry.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yep.
And yeah, so that's why I was on the ship and traveling, and then we got shipwrecked, as you all know, because you were all there, except for Roston, I guess. But
And your new 2 friends.
and and so. I mean, obviously, I don't have the crates to deliver, but I want to talk to him and tell him what happened, just so that my family doesn't spoil our reputation, because this was kind of my first journey outside of that my father sent me on, so I don't want to look like a failure.
Why would the king here be getting stuff from Dara?
Arya's family
Mm-hmm.
is historically the most proficient leather workers, tinkerers, saddle makers, tack makers for both K9 and I don't know what the word is for horses. Equestrian. Thank you.
I was thinking of bovine. I'm like,
Yeah, same thing. I was like bovine. I was like,
On a cow.
technically, Brolins are part. Yeah. So and also bovine because they are a large homebrew creation item. They're like part cow, part pack horse, part moose, genetically engineered by Durellium. They're the North American camel. They can go days without food and water and carry unbearable amounts of weight with ease. So yeah, technically also bovine. Thank you, Brett.
Horns get
Because that was
exceptional.
that was also the I was like K9 bovine. No. Yeah, Noramir and his predecessors are Northern Continent legendary for their work, expediency of work, and their work with training canine mounts for the halfling and gnomish and dwarf members of the Durellian military and the
We a
equipment.
big deal.
Yeah, you come up from a prestigious bloodline who have been working for Durellium since their inception, almost 1,000 years.
wow. Well, that's probably enough to get us in, isn't it?
I would hope so.
One
Are there guards like at the front gate kicking around, or?
Yeah, at this point, enough time's passed especially since Magnus just went and fucked himself into a wall. Double ones, man.
Yeet.
So there are a series of guards at the front gate that are checking these wagons that are going through with these Darren colors on them, and it's an assortment of individuals. There doesn't appear to be any slaves with this caravan, but there are humans, halflings. Yeah, that seems to be about it.
Okay. Is the caravan like super long? Like there's still a lot of carts to go through?
It's just a handful of wagons. They're just being very thorough in their investigation of them. They had only just started making their way through the gates when you guys showed up.
Yeah. How many are left? I maybe don't want to interrupt the guards until they've finished putting things through.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
Did
how-
you say
how
that about an
thorough are
hour
they?
passed?
Sorry?
An hour passed before that?
You guys got there probably right before the caravan showed up. So in total, it's probably you two have probably been there for about an hour.
Since the throwing of.
Oh, since he threw himself into a
Yeah.
wall, probably just minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're on like the second to last wagon going through, and it's a very thorough investigation. Make a perception check. Somebody can help if they want.
I'll help.
Me and him are right beside each other.
Yeah, with advantage.
20.
20.
Wow.
You've noticed there is a much larger Sina military force in this city than any other place in South Sina that you've been to. The amount of guards is higher. The regular guards that are just like your basic knights, and then all of these different paladin knights on large war horses covered in like plate or chain mail are roaming the city and seem to be either amassing to certain sections of it or just holding station at various positions throughout the city.
Did we ever scratch out that rebellion mark on the wagon?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I remember you talking about it. We did.
We did. Yeah, we
got
talked.
rid of it.
I don't remember there being a.
You missed that
I
session.
think I wasn't there.
Yeah,
when we,
that was the
yeah.
session where Falconer and Riordan got whooped by trees.
Right.
We got ass kicked by a forest, man.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, Arya, come with me. I'm gonna hop off Elchias and start walking over to the guards at the entrance.
Okay, sounds good.
Falconer, make
Master
sure.
Craigstone. Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna follow behind.
You stay with the cart.
Oh, I
Don't need a
I'll-
diplomatic
I'll keep him company.
catastrophe immediately.
I won't say anything.
Not to stay with the
I
cart.
don't believe you.
I'm gonna offer him some cart ale that I have.
Don't look at me and say it. Look at him and say
Yeah.
it. Also, the night before, everybody who was doing crossbows and reading books, mark your hours off.
Sure did.
Everybody did?
What about the reading that I did?
Yeah, you can make a intelligence check with disadvantage.
While you're doing that, what kind of pizza does everyone want?
Yes.
The edible kind.
Oh, thank God. 13.
The edible kind.
13.
Is there a pizza or like a deluxe or stuff?
It's not an
stuff like that?
instruction.
Chicken.
It's not an instruction manual. It's
Like-
a porn book.
Okay, so you said you would help with the book.
Okay.
Someone need
But
help
you
with
made two
reading.
rolls.
Yeah?
No.
13.
So you have to make a performance check
Yes.
to teach.
Right. I'm gonna come
It's
up
not
with
an
you to the
instructional
gate.
manual. It's just
Sure.
It's just
Guidance.
it's a random book.
I'm gonna go up to the gate with Falconer and Arya.
Okay.
Performance.
We'll do a quick pause here while Arya orders pizza.
Yep. Food is important.
I'll sort of stick around and see what these guys are doing with reading.
Oh, this is like
Yeah,
early.
Oh,
This
earlier?
was the
Okay.
night at
Okay.
Bullrose.
Okay.
I did.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Sometimes they forget that
missed
they're
it.
supposed. They're like,
Oh,
oh yeah,
yeah.
every night we're
We
doing
lost
these
it
by the way,
things.
just for you,
because
I can
Okay.
read all
of
writing.
technicality,
What?
kind of.
Just for you, I can read all writing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
Just so you know.
Did you hear him?
Yeah.
What was it?
I was on
What'd
the
you
edge of
say?
my seat.
Oh, I thought you asked if I heard him.
Yeah.
Fucking
17.
Intense, man.
17.
Yeah.
What was your highest roll?
I got
13.
the leaps game
You
on
finally learned.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
close attention
What were you
to.
playing again?
It was disadvantage. 13. Yeah, you
It's
finally
2-2
learned
right now,
the
so
letter A.
Who are they playing in the series?
Oh,
Tampa Bay.
In Infernal,
yes.
Infernal.
you now know the letter A in Infernal.
Man, if
So in
Toronto
hours, what is
goes
that?
out in the
4
first
sessions.
round again, dude.
No, three
I
sessions.
might hang myself.
I was gonna say, flip
Yeah,
the table
what
or
I
something.
said.
Yeah.
In hours, because you said it's.
Okay, we're good.
A quarter of an hour.
Resume.
Alright.
As you get up from being logged and stuff, I will cast Prestidigitation to clean off all the dirt and grime off you.
Wow.
All the
That is impressive.
That's quite impressive.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Don't know what happened there. It's a strong gust of wind.
Yes.
make a deception check with disadvantage, and you make
I'll take an insight
an
check.
insight check.
I mean, I'm sitting there as well because I helped
insight,
him.
yeah.
If anyone would
I mean-
fall for that, it's me.
He went one way, his horse went the other. Pretty hard lie to sell.
11.
Oh.
24.
I rolled a 16,
I
so
wasn't
50.
Yeah, I know.
Purposely
Okay.
trying to lie. Just like,
No, I just thought it was good.
I'll just nod a lot.
yeah. probably the most color you've seen. It's all red.
Oh shit!
Shall we talk to these guards, Falconer?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
what happens if you click the wizard.
You finally. I've had that on for like 9.
I didn't
Listen,
know
I've had
that
that
it
on
did that. I
forever.
thought the wizard just danced, but when you
No.
when you pick a thing, it makes the thing go colorful. That's awesome! I just learned
Right?
something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Plus
Yeah,
5.
talking about-
Yes.
What are
D&D
you talking
Beyond
about?
stuff.
I don't
Look
know
at
D&D Beyond.
I can't
stuff.
remember.
Hold on. Let me show.
Where's the wizard?
If the wizard is clicked and is dancing, when you put your thing on this things, it makes them do friggin' color shit.
What wizard dancing?
This
At the
guy.
top corner. I don't think it's on the.
It's
on the
party
iPad.
time. Click to disable. That's awesome.
It's not on the iPad.
Who's approaching the gate? Sorry, everything got really derailed.
I'm leading with Briarden and Arya beside me.
Yeah.
All right. All right, make a perception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah. 'Cause you're not expecting it.
Watch out for
10.
that gust of wind.
A